have the question of which questions should you be asking women when you're online dating, and we have the answers. Which are those questions? Hey, welcome to OnlineForLove, your #1 resource for dating by the numbers. Today we're going to be going over the top questions that you should be asking women when you're online dating. But before we talk about which questions that you should be asking women when you're online dating, how are you even going to start the conversation with them in the first place? So we actually have something for you. Do not forget to check out our free online dating opener formula. So this is totally free, and it's actually going to triple your response rate on any dating platform when it comes to your first messages sent out. So do not forget to check it out. You can find our online dating opener formula linked above me and in the description down below. And also, you do want to make sure that you're actually on the right dating app or dating site that's going to get you the most success with your online dating journey. So do not forget to check out our free online dating app quiz, which is going to be linked above me and in the description down below as well. This will pair you with your perfect online dating site or dating app. It's quick, it's fun, it's easy, and it's totally free. So do not forget to check out our quiz. Go ahead and take it, then comment below what your results are because we would love to know. All right, so let's get into this content. So you've met a woman online. She's awesome, she's cool, she's definitely caught your attention. Now, how do you catch hers? In this video, we're going to give you some tips on how to formulate the best questions to ask women when you're online dating, and we're also going to give you a few examples of which to ask. The questions that you send to women can make or break the conversations and potential dates that you have with them or don't have with them. You might have experienced being ghosted or just not responded back to when you send the wrong types of questions. For example, if you send out a bunch of "Hey, what's up?" as your very first message to somebody, you might have experienced some ghosting. So let's go ahead and talk about some do's and don'ts and some examples when it comes to the types of questions that you should be asking women online. Number 1, you want to say a question that's going to catch her attention. So you could, send out, like I just mentioned, a "Hey, what's up?" question, but that's so low effort and basic and common that it's not going to catch her attention. She'll probably just ignore it. The same goes with any other questions that are super basic and common. Now, this might seem counterintuitive, but you also do not necessarily want to base your question off of her looks, because this is a very common tactic that many men use, and she'll have a lot of messages like this in her inbox already. So avoid saying something like "Wow, you're so beautiful," or worse, saying "Wow, you're so hot," or something like that, and "How are you single?" You want to avoid these types of questions because, again, she has so many already. Saying something right off the bat about her appearance is, again, very common and doesn't necessarily show interest or stand out from the crowd or anything like that, and it at worst could come off skeevy. So the best thing that you can do is to ask her a unique, specific question about her thoughts, her life experiences, something like that. You want to basically give her a reason to have, first off, her attention caught and to want to reply to it, want to talk about herself. The more unique and specific your question is, the more that it's going to grab her attention because she won't have been asked that question before. Our next tip is to ask a question that creates an emotional response. So the best way to go about this is asking a question that she feels maybe passionate about answering. So if she has written on her profile that she's a veterinarian, asking her a question about that specifically, her favorite types of pets, the best story that she has associated with her job. This is something that can elicit an emotional response, and a happy, good one at that, and she'll be more likely to respond in an enthusiastic way. You could also ask a question that, elicits a fun emotional response, like thinking up a great daydream, like what would be your perfect day in your perfect country or something like that. Something that, makes her want to respond because it's interesting and it has some emotion behind it. It's not so bland. And humor is always good. If you can lead with something funny or witty, that is probably the best thing that you can do. So our third tip is to ask her something that she actually wants to respond to. So this is sort of what we've been talking about, but really you want to create a question that she is going to feel passionate enough to answer. So you want to ask her something that will be personalized to her. Ask her about something that she cares about, something that is fun to talk about. Because if it's not fun for her to actually respond to the question, she probably is just not going to. You want to ask her open-ended questions that, really encourage storytelling and talking deeply about things. You definitely want to avoid yes or no types of questions because those really end the conversation before it begins. You want to ask open-ended questions where it'll actually require her to talk more, to tell a story, to share more about herself, and to, have more to talk about. If you're enjoying this video so far, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. So it really helps us out when you give our videos a thumbs up, because that shows YouTube that people are enjoying our content. So then YouTube pushes our videos out for more people to see. So we would really appreciate your thumbs up and your subscriptions. So our next tip about how to formulate a question to ask women online is to actually inject yourself in the conversation. You want to talk about yourself somehow as well. Now, not always. I don't always want to do this, but if you can sort of center your question about something that you guys have in common, or share something about yourself while asking her about herself, this is going to be great, because by sharing a little bit about yourself, or just showing some insight into who you are or something about you, that's going to make her feel a lot more comfortable to actually answer the question that you're asking in full. So if you say something like, "Oh, I love this movie. What kind of movies do you like?" or something, this will make her just feel more comfortable to open up, because you're already offering up your shared moment as well. And if you can ask her questions based on things that you were also mutually interested in, this is a great way to, create rapport and to create a connection and a bond. And our next tip when asking questions to women online is to actually make sure that the intention of the question is to keep the conversation going. So there's not really a point to asking a question if it's just going to be shut down with a quick yes or no, or if it's not really conducive to a great conversation. So every time you're asking a question, the point should be, to find out more about her and to keep the conversation flowing and going. Question of the day: what is your favorite question to be asked when you are online dating? And what is your favorite question to ask others? Leave your comments down below. We would love to hear from you. And our next tip about asking questions to women online is to be genuinely interested. So questions will come naturally and flow smoothly if you are genuinely interested. So don't necessarily worry too much about the nitty-gritty about what to ask and when, but be interested. And when you are thinking about what it is about her that you like, what do you want to know more genuinely, then the questions are going to come out the best, because they'll be natural and you just want to find out more about her. So keep it specific to things to her, about what she's talking about, her life, and because you're genuinely interested, then the questions for those things will come up naturally in conversation. If you're having trouble starting a conversation naturally, then do not forget to check out our free online dating opener formula, which is going to be linked above me and in the description down below. So this is going to actually triple your response rate when it comes to messages on dating apps. So this is very important, because your very first message on dating apps is your first impression. So you want to make a good one. So do not forget to check out our free online dating opener formula. And let's go on to some actual questions, some specific question examples that you could possibly use in your conversations. One example of a great question is, what is your idea of a perfect day? So this is great because it's not a yes or no question, it's open-ended, it lets her dream about something fun and open up about what it is that she likes. So it tells you insight about her, and she gets to have fun thinking about what her perfect day would be like. And maybe this could be a way for you to actually lead on to a real date using some of the ideas that she has given you in her answer to this. Similarly, you could ask questions like, if you could have any superpower, what would it be and why? If you had 3 wishes from a genie, what would you wish for? What's the most romantic thing that anyone has ever done for you? What do you think was a better discovery, Amazon or avocados? This one is a little bit more out there, but it's funny and, can start a conversation. It's definitely unique. If you were an animal, which one would you be and why? What's the cheesiest message you've ever received on a dating app? What 3 fictional characters are you most like? What are you most likely to stay up all night talking about? If you were to ever write a book, what would it be about? You have 1 meal left. What would you pick as your last meal on Earth? You could ask questions directly about her hobbies, like, what are you watching on Netflix these days? What's your secret hidden talent? If you could spend all day doing something fun, what would you do? What kind of videos do you watch on YouTube? What are your relationship deal breakers? What's your idea of the perfect first date? So that just about wraps up this video. We have some tips on how to formulate great questions to ask women and some examples. So I hope that this was helpful for you. Don't forget to check out our free online dating opener formula, which will be linked above me. It's completely free, so do not forget to check that out. It's also going to be linked in the description down below. And also, if you haven't already, make sure to take our free online dating app quiz, because this is going to pair you with your perfect online dating site or dating app. So that is also going to be linked above me or in the description down below. Also, do not forget to check out some of our other videos popping up on either side of me now that you're just about done with this one. And do not forget to answer the question of the day. What is your favorite question to be asked when you are online dating, and what's your favorite one to ask others? Leave your experiences, your comments, questions, everything down below. We'd love to hear from you. But thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. Please leave a like if you liked it and subscribe if you loved it, and hopefully we'll see you here again at OnlineForLove. Thanks, bye!